6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can't remember the whole theme song. Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome to Galactic Seabass Podcast number 79 with your host, me, Galactic Seabass, aka Sebastian, aka Seabass. What is going on, everybody? How are you? Happy Halloween! Today was October 31st. Now it is past midnight on November 1st, 2024. We are in November. Welcome. My name is Sebastian. Thanks for tuning into the podcast today. It's kind of an impromptu little thing. Just wanted to get it done while I had my makeup all nice and looking like this because I put a lot of work into this makeup and I just went down that I wore it. So, hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Sebastian. This is the Galactic Seabass Podcast, episode 79. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Halloween. If this is your first time here, please do all the YouTube stuff and click the buttons. Donate and support. There's several options too down below. Check out my Instagram. Check out my other videos, all that stuff. All right, let's get into it. All right, today was an adventure, top to bottom. Halloween. So I figured, with as much as I've been playing drums, busking lately, I figured that I wanted to definitely do that today. And so we went to Sunset Cliffs, just kidding. We went to downtown Ocean Beach, played drums there for about 2.5 hours. Then we packed up, took a little break, and we went downtown to go play some drums. Now, typically, I shouldn't even say typically, because it's changed a little the last few months. When I first started kind of busking, I would just play the songs and play drums with it. And then I was like, well, I have this microphone, so I should just plug it in and probably sing too. And that created a whole nother dynamic. Learning how to drum and sing is definitely this pretty wild battle where you have to coordinate all your limbs and your voice and your brain. It's fun. It's a hard challenge, and I like it. So it's been a very interesting endeavor. And yeah, today we played drums for a total of 6 hours. Now, when I played in Ocean Beach, my speaker was working just fine, and everything was nice and groovy. So when I got home, I figured I'll charge the speaker for a bit, and then I'll go downtown. So that's what I did. I charged the speaker, and I went downtown. And by the time I had my entire drum set up down in my magical miracle parking spot, I got the drum set up, and it just, my spirit was dead. And I thought it was broken. So I just charged it when I got home, and it's working now, which is great. But yeah, I basically had this thing where I almost well, I guess I can't play anymore. And there's thousands of people in costumes walking up and down 50 in San Diego. So I don't know, I called my buddy Aaron Trahan over at the Madhouse, this other comic, and he helped me. He was watching my stuff while I went back and forth to the car a couple times. Shout out to Aaron. And I called him. I was like, do you have a speaker charger? Do you have an extra speaker? And he's like, I don't have anything, I guess you'll just have to just play. And I thought, all right, cool. I haven't played a cappella in a while, and it was kind of almost going to the studio and just practicing, just being with your thoughts on a drum set. And it was pretty sick. I'm doing some pretty cool little solos, and was really feeling the kid. And drumming for 6 hours today, it definitely took a lot of my body. Feeling good though, active, and I'm out there trying to make money and doing it in a way that I enjoy, which is pretty cool. Not everybody gets to say, so I'm grateful for that. And yeah, we actually ended up doing pretty good in tips, so I kind of wanted to show you guys a little bit of what it looks like to take home money from a busk sesh. So let's get into that. Also, I got this wig this week. This was gifted to me. It's pretty cool. It's like a mullet of my, and I like that a lot. This is a plastic bag that's empty. Oh, that's where this light went. Oh, okay, cool, sweet. Let's put more ambient background stuff. Oh, it's so bright. Okay, that was really big. There we go. That looks like it's gonna be a little bit better. Okay. First of all, I think 2 weeks ago at the Yellow Door. It went through a lot. It still smells really good though, and I just wanted to preserve it as long as I could. So this thing has seen some things, and every leaf is still on there to preserve that thing forever. Also, Ollie is just outside of frame right now, but he wants to say hello. I love you. You're a good boy. You want some food? On the bed. All right, I'll show you guys how I taught my dog how to eat real quick. On the bed. You ever see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? That thing? I didn't know how to train my dog when I got him, but I've seen a lot of movies. On the bed. Let me see all your paws on the bed. Go. No, that's 3 paws. That's 4. Okay. And then do this. Wait till he locks eyes. I can hold this as long as I want. And then when I snap, that's it. Food time. Pretty cool. And he knows that it's not time to go eat until I say so. So that's pretty neat, and I'm very proud of my little dog. Anyway, let's get into our busk sesh today. So we'll start off with where we started off. We were downtown in Ocean Beach. So I've actually been using the same bag the entire time I've been playing drums and making money, which is pretty cool. This thing's been through a lot. Alright, we're going to start off with a bag of weed. Alright, cool. Thank you. Let me get an opened adrenaline cannabis infused chocolate bar. So they ate some. It's pretty fun. It was from a guy I know though. That's neat. We got that's pretty. It was a cute little flower. Nice. All right, and we got money. So there's our little pile. I hope you can see that in the frame. And then we got some change and looks like fuzz, probably just something. And a Reese's. There were 2 Reese's, but I totally ate one because I like them. Oh, I gotta write down a trick or treating. That in a little bit. Trick or treat. All right, cool. Let's do it. All right, let's find out what we made today. Playing drums. All right, cool. You just kind of go through the pile, find all the ones. I guess I could count it now. We'll just go through it together. Okay. Well, this is 5 ones. That's 6, 7. Oh, upside down. 8, 9. I always like to get it in order. I'm gonna do it. 10, 11, 12. It's kind of like crazy to think about though. If I was working a regular job, like all your time things are just little increments. Like you would see it kind of like I actually see it in real time during the drums. I forgot what number I was gonna say. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What's 9 plus 10? Alright, and 22. That's 22 in ones. And for cool bills, we got a 5. That's 27. And we got a 10. That's 37. And we got another 10. And that's 10. And then we got a 20. That's $67. So 67 in cash. I don't remember how much I made on Venmo and Cashapp, but yeah, so that's cash just from that little thing. And then this is our downtown haul. It wasn't as good. There were a lot of people. They were really drunk and having a good time, and it wasn't like the Comic-Con endeavor where like it was during the day and it was super like bougie comic fans that are just kind of nuts for that sort of thing. So it was a little different of an endeavor day. Anyway, here we got 5 ones, 6 ones, 7, 8, 9, for fun, 10, 11, 16, es un 5, 27, 21 y 26. So 26. Plus the money that earlier, excuse me, totals out to $93, which was the year that I was born. 1993. Thank the Lord for that year, because that's where I came to be. And then, yeah, we're going to slip out that one. How did this 1-1 get managed to be upside down? How did you do that? You little trickster. Alright, cool. Yeah, so that's like playing drums, though. Like, you know, when I'm doing this Uber stuff, I could work for hours and hours and hours and only make like $20. And I'm using my car, I'm driving all around the city, I'm hanging out with strangers that aren't always that nice. Like, this is just playing drums, making cash. To that, so from the entire week, like, our whole pile looks like it's pretty cool. I'll screenshot that later. Worked really hard, and it was all just drums, so I don't know, very proud of that, and kind of neat. One of the neater things I got gifted this week in the tip jar, while it was disheartening, it was kind of neat because there was this 20, and I was looking at it like it's not as big as the other 20s, and it feels strange, like it feels fake. I was looking at it for a while, and it really caught my eyes, but there's so much, like, it took me a long time. I didn't know if you could see this, but it says for motion picture purposes only. So this is a movie $20 bill. I don't know how this guy got it. It's like an official movie dollar. It's like, oh, I've never had one of these before, so kind of cool. Like, so I'll put this on my little wall, cool stuff. And somebody gifted me this bucket one time. Like, they tipped me the bucket. That tip. They're like, you need a bucket, and gave me the bucket. I was like, ooh, been using it ever since. It's been a fun one. Will my computer turn on? Here's the old game of the day. Ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, we're online. Who would have guessed? Things are hatching in the casket. I meant to say the basket. Well, I guess either one of those really applies. Let's turn this light back on. Bingley has so much battery life. Hey, buddy, eat your food. Sometimes when I look at him and he gets nervous, I feel bad about that. There's not really much I can do. Anyway, let's talk about these trick-or-treaters that came by earlier. So, I've been living here for about 7 years. I've never had a trick-or-treater come by. I've always been ready, and it never happened. Today we had 5 kids come through. It was freaking sick. The first 2 of them, maybe it was only 3 kids, honestly. And the first 2 came to my door. You know, none of the kids actually said trick-or-treat. They just held out the bag. I was excited to do it. I didn't even care. And so then they walked away, and he was trying to argue with them, like, give me a Reese's. And I was like, here, catch it in your bag. I had this kid hold out his bag, and I threw it, and it fell, and then I threw it, and it fell. And I said, all right, I'm going to throw it again, but all the ones that touched the floor, they got it there. You got to catch this. And I threw a couple more, didn't land. And then his brother's right next to him or whatever, and I threw one to him, lands first try. And then I keep trying with this kid. Finally, 7 or 8 tries later, I finally get this little piece of candy in the kid's bag. I spent $10 on this 2 weeks to ensure that I was ready to give this kid candy. And finally caught it, and I wasn't really going to make them leave all the stuff on the floor, so I said, all right, you guys can keep everything. And they got probably I gave away 20 pieces on the first go. But the kids that came by, and I'm just grateful to, I don't know, be able to do the trick-or-treat. Hey, what's up? Hey, so maybe you guys can see it in the frame, but yeah, Andy's been kind of sick. He had an abscess on his butt. It was really gross. But we cleaned it, and hopefully he's doing better. And I don't have a cone for him, but I really want him to stop messing with it, so I might grab that little boy a cone tomorrow. Are you dropping stuff, you little fella? You little munchkin boy. Munchkin boy. We've also played drums this week wearing the Scream mask and the Jason mask. So, cool thing about this Jason mask, I've had this since I was a little kid, but it's kind of cool. I don't know if you can see this, if it'll focus, but the copyright 1987. This is an old OG, old school Jason mask. It's very simple, very plain. It's not all cut out with the extra markings and stuff. It's just simple. There's a goalie mask who's from a guy and a king. Probably not gonna make it. The Scream mask is a whole nother thing. I've had this since I was probably 7. Maybe even younger. I used to wear it around the neighborhood while I rode my little BMX bike in the middle of just like being a little kid on my bike. No phone, no parents, just out there looking at people all weird. And yesterday I did comedy in it, and I wore all green underneath, and I was the green scream. It's kind of a fun pun. Hope you enjoyed that pun. My computer actually managed to turn on, which is crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and tune into this thing. This is not going to be that long, but I wanted to make it so we can go ahead and get through some stuff. Alright, so we got through Halloween, playing drums. Let's just talk about what's going on in the world right now, because I think we need to get into this. And keep in mind, I'm not a science doctor or a philosopher. I'm just a dude looking at the world through my own perspective. And earlier this week, we had Trump go on Joe Rogan. People have been talking about this for a long time. Will he do it? Won't he? Blah, blah, blah. And finally, the moment came. He did it. The man sat down to a 3-hour interview. And I think most politicians should follow this long format interview style, or this long interview format, because that's the way you get to really kind of know somebody a little bit. So you talk to them for a while. You can go do a 5-minute thing on any news segment and totally like put on a facade of who you actually are. But I mean, it was just cool to see the guy talk like a regular person. And I would love to see Kamala do it too. That'd be great. I don't think that would. And so I was seeing that YouTube shanned it, which is crazy. You couldn't search it up. You couldn't find it. It popped up on my feed. I don't know. It was like 6 hours into it that it was uploaded, where I clicked on it to start, so it was in my new watching section. I don't know if that has anything to do with the difference in the algorithm, but yeah, I mean, that was like, okay. And that was crazy, so I figured that would do like a crazy boost. And then a few days later, I open up my news feed and I see that Tony Hinchcliffe did a set at MSG for Trump. Who hired that? What? Excuse me. Yeah, it's like, this is not. Excuse me. Okay, so, and then of all the people, or excuse me, all the corporations to upload content, Forbes uploaded the entire Tony Hinchcliffe set by itself. I don't know why, but they did. The full 13-minute thing. I think you should probably watch it. It's yeah, like, I'm a big fan of Tony. I've gone to Kill Tony a whole bunch of times this year, last year. I've been trying. Like, I love that show, but I didn't see him performing at that place. It was like, it's a political rally where your opponent will take anything you say and meticulously chunk out data to where they can play that over and over on the big screen. And this is something that Tony's used to. He got canceled by that Asian dude a couple years ago, and I ended up boosting his career even more so, but I don't know if this is in the same category. This is insane. This is cataclysmic. Like, I mean, I was going, there's 12,000 comments on the last Kill Tony from his profile, and a lot of them are just like, can't wait to see you live, buddy. I'm bringing some support, in quotes, and it's just, oh no. I don't know what's going on. The first time in a while that a joke has been taken so seriously, where it's affecting like the scope of reality. And I'm not sure how that's going to play as far as the election goes, but oh my, that was not on my 2024 bingo card of having Tony Hinch potentially sway the 2024 election. That was not something I expected to see. And the set was, if you watch it as a comic, it's like, yeah, it's pretty funny. There's some zingers in there, and some of the jokes didn't land, some of them did. But the fact that he's doing this at Madison Square Garden, where his show up from the ground or the belly room at the Comedy Store all the way to set out 2 nights at Madison Square Garden. A month later, he does a 10-minute set, and boom, the world just implodes on him. He hasn't posted on Instagram. It's like, what is going on with Tony? Will somebody take the name of his show literally? I don't know. This is one of those I've never seen a comedian be in this kind of debacle before. I mean, Reagan was the president, but he was an actor. Like, this is just a whole nother realm of what's going on. I really don't know how to process what happened with that. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments, because it's boggling my mind. It's bottling my mind. My thoughts are so jumbled. I feel like they're trapped in a bottle. I messed up the quote. Anyway, that's a old blah, 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 old Will Ferrell bit. Let's see what we got. Yeah, anyway, so that's pretty much the two things that's going on. We hit our 2-year anniversary in comedy last week. I think I might have done the episode from last week on the actual day, but yeah, we're 2 years in, and we did a couple more sets. We had a book show. We had a couple open mics, and now we're up to 579. I guess we could actually, since this laptop's being ridiculous, we could just fill it out, look, because I'm not sure that I did the other day. Yeah, I remember I went to AC, and wow, I bombed hard. That was rough. The last thing I have marked down was that I did the yellow door. That would have been a Friday? And then Saturday, I don't think I did comedy. There's no way to know without notes on my phone. I'm not sure I want to fill this out just yet, because I'm very meticulous about keeping this in order. I don't want to throw anything off. Alright, cool. We're doing this. We're getting rock and roll. The internet's being fuzzy, so I can't connect to the live feed. If you're leaving anything in the chat box, my apologies that I can't view it right now. Shout out to my mom and my little brother, who got a new job at NASCAR, which is sick. They are painting the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, putting all the ads on the side tracks and painting the lines and stuff. It was like, that's freaking cool. And so, shout out to those guys. I love you very much. I miss you. Max too, and D'Artagnan, I miss you guys as well. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to this episode. We're way through here because I really want to go and get some food. I am hungry. Worked really hard today. Last night was wild. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get through this thing. So thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. And also, yeah, just to backtrack, I know that I'm super jumbly. Well, this is my ADHD. But so, is Tony canceled again? Can you get canceled a second time? I don't think anybody's ever been canceled and then made it back and then got canceled again. Because everybody who usually gets canceled is like out. And it like makes me think that Kramer could have a comeback. I really think it's possible. Anyway, let's go into our movie review just to get our movies out of the way. You know what? No, we're not doing that, because I had this idea, and if I see this later when I realized I had it on the counter, I'm gonna be really upset at myself. So we're gonna go ahead, and I've been trying to make this little video on Instagram for a while, and I'm really lazy and I haven't done it. Or just hasn't felt. I'm gonna do it right now with you guys. First of all, this is a painting that somebody did of me while I was doing comedy, and there's 5 items under here that I think really represent where we, what we've been through as a country over the last couple of years together, accumulatively, and, one nation, under God, and we've all been there, not holding hands necessarily, but we've been arm in arm. We survived COVID, we survived a whole bunch of shit, dude. So if you're watching this, I'm just happy to still have you with us. And shout out to the guy who painted this, because this is pretty freaking cool. Alright, let's go ahead and start from the from the bottom. We've got President Trump's guidelines for coronavirus. Real thing that came in the mail to me. Didn't even have my address, it just went to everybody. I've never seen this thing in the corner there. Permit number G10, postages and fees paid. Slow the spread. What's got a date? March 16th, 2020. That's so crazy. Whoa. Yeah, and then I don't want to read all this stuff, but if you want to pause it and check that out, like, that was the government issued. Like, there's what you do. All right. Got that. Now, what do we got here? What is this? Why is this in my pile? I don't understand. Oh. sweet. This is from my insurance company. It says, Dear Sebastian, this refund is due to a recent agreement with the California Department of Insurance related to insurance coverage during the COVID-19 emergency. Please note any current or subsequent policy premium payments will still be due on the regular scheduled dates. Thanks, customer. We appreciate your business. They gave me $14.46 for COVID. I'm not really sure why I kept that one. That's not that needy. Which means there's 6 things under my little painting. And let's get into it. How do I cover up all the important information? So I can show you. So, probably like this. There's a Statue of Liberty under my finger. Please forgive me. This is the first first stimulus check from Trump that we were all so excited for. It's like rose colored, which is pretty cool. Then we got, I didn't realize showing checks, I didn't think this through at all. And then we got, not as cool, but this is the Biden stimmy, which is literally half as much. Just like, objectively, that's, I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. And then this thing, I didn't order this, I didn't buy it, I didn't wish this to be in my life, but it just came to my doorstep. I'm about to just throw it away. So, this, the 1/10 24 karat gold thingy of Trump. It's made of gold. I didn't order this, but I was just like, wow, that's fascinating. And that will be something I can show my grandchildren one day. It's just like, wow, that was a time to be alive. And then to bring it full circle back to drums, and like an elderly Mexican woman, or I hope it doesn't seem insensitive, but she was Hispanic and she gave me this coin. Does it really matter what race she was? I don't know why I brought that up. Anyway, this old lady gave me this coin, and it's so wild. It's like a Trump 2024 president coin. I don't think it has any actual value, besides like whatever they paid for it from the infomercial. It's in a case. Like this thing, and I just kind of want to keep it on to like do heads or tails for the rest of my life because it's such a random coin. Anyway, those are fun things that I've received regarding the last couple of years politically. Come see the show and hear me do jokes about politics because that's a whole different ball game. All right. Thanks for tuning in. You made it this far. You made it past the political section. And next week, good luck. Please trust your guts and just go out there and vote. It's important. If you don't like things that are going on in your community, it's your responsibility and duty as an American to go out there and vote for the things that you believe in and the people you believe in that you think can run things the best that they possibly can. So get out there and go do it. I'm ready to go next week. I'll probably not be dressed up like this, but at blue all day. Let's go, America #1. Let's fucking rock and roll. Excuse me. Always use your manners. Anyway, movie review time. Where's this cough coming from? Excuse me. Also, one thing about this makeup, I want to blow my nose so bad, and I can't. I rub my eyeballs. I can't do it. And by golly, it's a lot. So I'm very, very excited to take a hot shower and just get all this nonsense off my face later. What's funny is you probably can't tell from this angle, but I ran out of hairspray very fast. I was at the last of my green sprays, and so the most I got was like the top part. So everything in the back is pretty much just totally undone, and yeah, it looks pretty silly, but you know, whatever. It's kind of cool. Okay, movie review time. I don't know why I'm doing like the computer shut off noise for Windows 98. Anyway, we watched a movie. I watched Terrifier. I overconquered my fear of watching the first one and throwing up from that. I don't remember the name of it, but you know the thing. Anyway, like I threw up to that, and maybe it was just because I just ate, or maybe I was just feeling a little off that day. And I was I've never been nervous to watch a movie, but I was like, can they top it? Are they really gonna top it? I watched the second one, not so bad. It was alright. I don't want to give away any spoilers, so I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It was alright. It was cool. There was a bunch of like corny stuff that was kind of ridiculous and overplayed, and like they didn't bring like, if they're gonna make it corny, like the other stuff kind of corny too. Like there was a lot of skipped out deaths, so to speak, where they like would like cut away and then cut back to them, and they'd be all like, and it's like, what happened? That was the whole point. I mean, it was fun though. I really like this Art the Clown guy. This Art dude's cool. Seems like a really spooky fella. Honestly, if I was dealing with him, I don't think I'd make it that long. So, yeah. It still wasn't the best movie. 5 out of 10. Then I watched, not then, I watched several movies this week, not in that order. Anyway, we watched Spiral. Spiral is like it's like a division of the Saw series where it's got copycats doing Saw stuff, and it had Chris Rock in it, so I was like, I have to watch this. It was kind of fun. It was neat. It was a good premise. The voice was really annoying on the Jigsaw character. They seemed like they were actually escapable. Like some of the parts, that's like a huge part of the whole system. So, like, it was alright. I'm gonna give it a 7. Like, it was fun to sit there, and I liked doing his thing. And Samuel Jackson ends up making an appearance, which is pretty fun. So I liked that one. Watched Death and Ramen. Death and Ramen is a short film on YouTube. You can go check it out right now. That we filmed with this other fella who I know him from a bunch of stuff. Is that Connor? That's not the right voice. He just has this like sort of voice, and does that mean it kind of is though? Anyway, like they do this video where this guy is like about to die, and he really wants to eat some ramen, or he like takes a bunch of pills, probably, and then he eats a bunch of ramen, and so death shows up, but he throws up and he's like alive, and it's like, whoa, you're not supposed to. And he's like, dude, I threw up my freaking ramen. I can't die without eating ramen. So he goes to his shop, and he convinces Death to let him make ramen for him. And they enjoy it together. Then he gives ramen to his mom. Says like a final goodbye to his mom because he knows he's about to die. And dude, it was solid. I loved it. It made me want to go eat ramen. It was amazing. I gave that a 9 out of 10 for a short film. That was super cool. I loved it. And then finally we got The Nun 2. I never saw the original Nun, like what happened to the girl in the first story, but it was alright. Little period piece back in the like 16th century. They show the first thing that happened and they give it a date, like the 1500s, and then the next thing there's no date, and it's like, is it 100 years later? Is it 200 years later? What's going? I don't know. And that was rough for me to start. Yeah, it was just like a demon possessed kind of thing. Like, it wasn't really that, like, no one really got that hurt, and it was like just kind of spooky and like just sacrilegious elements, and it tried to create itself into like a thriller. I wasn't really that engaged with the storyline. It was okay. Like, it was fun. Like, it had its little spear in there, and like I definitely liked a few of the ideas that they had. The premises were there as far as the creation goes, but it wasn't like the I ever saw. I remember last year I was really excited to see it too, so I just happened to see it on my little watch list. There we go. So I gave The Nun 2 a 6.5. And also ended up watching Prisoners of the Sun, which was carving pumpkins, and I know that there's going to be a slight delay in the sound, so there's like some sound happening right now, or actually I'll play some audio to distract you while I go get my pumpkins. I want to show you guys my pumpkins before I go ahead and call this episode, because it's 3 o'clock and I gotta get but I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And then I'm just gonna play, what is this? What do we got here? What are you? Is this like a... Oh yeah, cool. Here's a little rap song I'm working on. It's a sneak preview for you guys. All right, we're back.
I heard a story one time that went a little something like, let the drummer kick that little boy a man, and there's no going back. Told the world how he felt with the sound of a gat. Of the nation, yeah, he pulled the trigger back, and the gat went black, and his brains they went set on the mat, fade to black. Now we stand before the aftermath. This whole life just a thing of the past. Most of us know that the good times that they just won't last. Life is a train, and this is. It's a one-way ticket, no turning back. So I stare at the pyre as you add fire. I admire the traits about you that get me high. There's no denying that liars speak the loudest. So I have a question for you. Tell me what inspires the same. I guess that's not technically a question. It's just something I was thinking about. Speaking of, narcissism
Knows no bounds, especially once the sun goes down. You should not be on this town. All you need to do is take one good look around to realize that the smiles have been flipped, faded frowns upon all these men reduced to clowns.
red nose,
Flagpole, how to do with your tadpole?
swimming in the ocean.
Bigger fish, won't they swallow your hoe? No control, lost the remote.
Stick
Round, lay on the couch, watch another episode. Eyelids start to fall towards the bridge of my nose.
Here I go.
Bounce off into dreamland with no plan. But they say that tomorrow is another day, which works in your favor when tomorrow never comes.
You understand what I just
Yeah.
said? Think about it. Yeah. How do you expect to make dollars when you don't make sense? How can you worry about bills when you're already late on the rent? Why did nobody ever go and show Aretha Franklin respect? I think to myself, as my mirror image reflects.
From the surface of the sea, well, it's to me.
Although it is work, you know I
If you was lurking underneath,
I feel secure.
the same girl lifts my feet.
An internal current battle similar, the tug of war.
Yeah, I forgot a bunch of those
Eventually,
lyrics.
everything will find itself upon the shore.
And that's it. Something I gotta go back and work on. Anyway, this pumpkin still fits on my head, which is pretty. And then I made this. So, I'm hoping you could see it. How do I get the light in there? I carved a pumpkin since I was like a kid. This is sick. Also, I wonder what it looks like with the Joker makeup and the pumpkin. Here, I'm gonna do a little screenshot for the Facebook for my mom. Okay, cool. See, we'll go. Oh! Oh, no. Oh, that's like the word. Oh! Oh, no. Oh, Lord Almighty. When did I do that? Oh, shit. That's like one of my biggest fears. It's never actually happened. It totally just happened. Oh, no. Well, laptop was already having some problems, so that's not great. That's the one thing about this, oh shit, I gotta move all this stuff. Oh my lord, I ruined everything. Why am I ruining so many things? Oh, we're dripping. We're dripping. Alright, well, that's pretty much, gonna do it, guys. Where's this light? I really just did all that. That's okay. You know what? Not the end of the world. Gotta go ahead. Oh! Where are we? Why is everything just so drippy? Alright, you know what? This is this got out of hand fast. I really, guys tuning in, I have so much cleaning to do right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. Really went ahead and goofed this one up. Gotta fix my laptop 117%. Just gonna go and get this bad boy all nice and dry it out. Nothing, just a little. Is it inside? Yeah, there's no liquid on the inside and it's still on, which is crazy. I think we got really, really lucky and I'm very grateful for that. So let's go ahead and just stay positive. People make mistakes and that's okay. You know, accidents happen. At the same time, you know, it's like, you know what? There's still some in here. Gotta stay positive. Did we lose a couple of... Yes, and that's alright. We're gonna go ahead and maintain. At the same time, I really need more napkin. Oh, Lord. This is so wet. Oh boy. Okay. I'm not a big fan that 2 of the last 3 episodes are ending with a cleanup session. At the same time, this is my life. Welcome to the Galactic Seabass Podcast, everybody. Here was that light I was looking for. How did I even manage to do that? Really, actually baffled. I've had that laptop for freaking 13 years, never spilled anything. And finally, it's just because of this freaking pumpkin. But hey, whatever. Does this work? Yeah, there we go. I'm very proud of this. I love OB. Even if, I've made a lot of mistakes here, including this little end of the night endeavor. So I got some cleaning to do. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Galactic Seabass Podcast. My name is Sebastian, aka Bass. This was episode 79. If you'd like to support, there's several options too down below. If you want to get a little more personal with me, please reach out and email advice or a fun story you just want to share at galacticseabass@gmail.com. I got a Patreon for exclusive content. You want to check that out. Got some donations options in the description. Like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff. Got more videos. Check out my Instagram. Come see me live. We got a show next week on this place that I forgot. But I'll be there and I'll post something on my Instagram, so go check it out. And I really, 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 really appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's super late and you're probably going to watch this in the future, but thanks for tuning in. That means the world. My name's Sebastian. They call me Seabass, and this has been a podcast. All right, rock and roll. Best of luck in all your endeavors, everybody. Happy Halloween, and have a great rest of your evening. Transmission. Cleanup time. Cleanup time. Wow, I almost ruined all of these things. That's so crazy. Cleanup time. Rock and roll. That was crazy.